Hello everybody! Welcome to Take Two Reviews. And today we got a review that I wasn't sure, I didn't think I'd have to do in a short form. So for context on why I say that, we did a 3-hour, I don't want to say 2 3-hour live reaction and thought thing on Twilight. But it's not been uploaded yet by the person who was supposed to upload it. So, I guess it's up to me to do a short form video on it. Now, I'm going to miss a bunch of stuff. I'm going to talk about different stuff. I'm going by my own memory, because God forbid am I not watching this movie again. But we're going to start off 2025 with this review. So, hit the like button. Hit subscribe button, comment your thing down below if you'd like to see more reviews. Also, if you have a movie you want to see us review, let us know in the comments. Happily to almost take any suggestion we can get, as long as it's not, obviously, a different form of adult movie. Obviously. But pretty much almost all movies, even gory as hell, can be done, because it's not guaranteed the movie portion will be edited in. Especially if I can't get access to them. So, how did we, what is the thing? So Twilight is, very popular movie. Don't understand why. This movie is so bad. Released in 2008, made millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Obviously starring Kristen Stewart, Robert Pattinson, and as Edward and Bella, and I think Taylor Lautner, is that his name? As Jacob, although he's the barely part of this freaking movie. So, I know this is based off a book. I've not read the books. I don't think I ever will read the books in my entire life. I don't think you can make me read the books. So, mainly just what I'm going to try to go down what happens in the movies, my thoughts on the movies, because I got some, and go from there. So movie opens up with Bella arriving to her dad's place. I think his name might have been said, I don't remember what it is. And then I'm going to assume have Bailey been around each other. So she is going to visit her dad back where she used to live, and I'm assuming she's the hip-hop and happening news of the movie industry, of the movie, because she, in this town, because she's just, everyone knows who she is just by looking at her. I don't know what the fuck's going on that makes her the most popular person here, but everyone knows who she is. So she shows up at a new school, and again, like I said, everyone knows. There are strangers coming up to her being like, hey, if you need, like, you know, someone to help you, a tour guide, something, a shoulder to cry on, you can let me know. And this is just a guy doing this, and it's very, very weird that people are just coming up to Bella and treating her the same. Bella also, I don't know where Kristen Stewart's acting thing went here. I don't know if she just didn't know how to act and somehow learned, or at this point they just told her, hey, you know, all forms of acting you know how to do, just stop doing that. Just stop doing it. Because she comes off as the most untalkative, socially awkward, confusing human being I have ever come across. So, she's in school, again, she's also the very, she's the thing, so everyone's sitting with her. At one point, a dude just runs up and kisses her and leaves. I'm pretty sure that's sexual assault, so that's a felon. That's a crime being committed. Because I don't think she actually knew who the dude was. So, and then we get introduced to the Cullens. Minus Edward. I think, at this point. But they all come in, acting like the coolest, they act like they're the coolest human beings. They're not, but they act like they do, and everyone treats them like they are, even though nothing about them is cool. And they come in and they sit at the table, and you know, that's how we get introduced. I think we might be introduced to Edward, who shows up like way later, because apparently Bella just becomes attractively falls in love with him just by watching him walk past the window. It's fucking ridiculous. So Bella shows up. So then they go into class, and this is the greatest scene in this movie, because I still find this scene ridiculous. So they're in a science class, and she walks in, and Edward's sitting there, and and Bella walks by a fan. And I know it's like her scent is so thick, but to me, it sounds like she stinks. The way he reacts, it's like she's the stinkiest human being alive. Because he gets a whiff of her smell and just, like, covers his nose and just, like, and tries to, like, keep himself fucking steady like he's just whiffed the biggest fart. Like, it's the weirdest and most funniest reaction I have ever seen. It is the best thing on it, because his reaction is so dumb. So dumb. And yeah, she has this mighty stench. I'm just gonna call it a stench. I know it's a, like, thing, but to me, it's just she stinks, is the reaction to him. So, she has this mighty stench, and then them two have the most awkwardest conversation of all time. Them two have these two don't talk like humans do. These two, there's no humanness in either of them. And Edward's a vampire, but he was a human. She, on the other hand, is just a normal person, but somehow does not know how to talk like a one. I'm surprised she knows the English language at this point. So them two have a conversation. Also, when she first arrived, we get introduced to Jacob and I'm pretty sure it's his dad. I don't actually know who his relationship is to the, like, native old guy. I'm pretty sure it's a dad, but I actually have no idea who that is to Jacob. So, yeah, they go on. I'll probably get these scenes out of order, so it's just, but I'm gonna go off what I remember. So yeah, they're going on. Bella just can't get Edward out of her head for some reason. Then Edward just no-shows, leaves for a few days, doesn't appear. Totally normal human stuff. Edward, then there's a scene where Bella is just sitting outside, and a fucking guy driving, it's the same guy who always kisses her and runs away, and I think at a point throws licorice at her. So, also hits her with a deadly weapon. That's a joke Chris made. But yeah, so he loses control of his car. I don't know how he does, because you have to have been driving this. It's a vehicle he must have drove a bunch of times. It's a parking lot he's been in a bunch of times. It's a fucking school. There's no way he's just it's like he's the first time he's driving in it. But he drives someone, lose control, and Edward saves the vehicle. Edward stops the vehicle with his hand. Just full on stops and saves a life. Okay? So he's a fucking hero. So yeah, they going over. He stops he stops the car. Goes about thing. She gets checked. He's fine. She leaves. Sees Edward, and Edward's like, "Yeah, nope, that never happened. Nope, that never happened. I think you hit your head pretty hard. That never actually happened. You're just seeing. You just imagine things, Bella. You're really fucking stupid. And you can't be imagining these things. You stupid bitch." Like, she doesn't say call her stupid, but Edward, his reaction to her is one of the weirdest. I think it's about time everyone acknowledges that Edward is an unlikable prick. You can't like Edward. I don't know how anyone did. If you were around in 2008, please explain to me what it was about Edward that everyone loved. Because there's nothing about him to like. There's nothing that Edward does do I like. At all. Weird. Sure, he cares about Bella, but he's also a complete another piece of shit to her. So confused. So then, During a high school trip, this is another thing this is another part that made me laugh. They're on a trip, and Edward, again, I don't remember what Edward says to her when they go, but later on in the trip, Edward walks up to Bella and goes, Bella, I don't think we should be friends. Let me remind you, I'm pretty sure they've had about 2 conversations. One where they introduced themselves as science class, and the other one where he was telling her that she imagined him saving her, and that never happened. Those are, I'm pretty sure, only 2 conversations they had, or at least one other one besides that. And then he's like, yeah, we can't be friends. I'm pretty sure you two were never even acquaintances. So, I don't know what the heck Edward's lost his mind with, but it just never happened. So, Edward, so that happens. There's one point where, they're having her, again, I'm doing this out of order, but I'm just going by scenes I remember. Bella and her father are having dinner at like a diner. This is early in the movie, but I just remember this because Chris would be mad at me if I don't bring it up. They're having dinner, and she goes to dump a ketchup bomb. And they CGI ketchup on the bottom. They're coming out. CGI? Who the fuck thought that? Why would you CGI? Just have some ketchup come out of the bottom. Why do you CGI ketchup? Who does that? Who the fuck does that? What the fuck? Who does that? It's very weird. So odd. So odd. Anyways, Edward then, Edward and Bella, then go to, I think it's a forest. Where again, they have one of the bizarrest interactions I have seen. So, no, wait, no. Before that, Edward, so, Bella goes to a beach. Goes to the beach with other people at the school. Goes to the beach, and, Jacob and the wolves, we find out later on, the wolves, are there. And so, she asked if Edward's showing up. And the guy, one of the wolves, that's not Jacob, very loudly goes, yeah, the Cullens don't come around here. That's what they... And they cut to the next scene where her and Bella and Jacob are walking. And this movie has the goal to have Bella go, what did they mean when she said the Cullens doesn't come here? And Jacob's response is, oh, you heard that, huh? Yeah, of course she heard it. He said as loud as he could in front of everyone. What the fuck do you mean, Jacob? You heard that. It wasn't exactly whispered. Oh, how stupid this movie is. How stupid. God, one of the weirdest things I've seen. It's one of the weirdest, most funniest scenes. It popped me. It made me laugh so hard. We then got, I'm trying to remember scenes in my head. Oh yeah, they're back in the forest. They're in the forest. And, Edward, Bella finds out he's a vampire. She figures it out. So Edward takes her to a forest where he tries to explain how scary he is. And Bella, in the same breath, in 30 seconds, goes, I'm not scared of you. I'm scared. I'm not scared of you. In 30 seconds, she says about that exact thing. What the fuck? That doesn't make sense. How do you not scared of someone, and not scared of someone within the span of 30 seconds? You're either fucking scared of them or you're not fucking scared of them. It's a movie from 2008. I'm getting fired up. Anyways. So then Edward's like, I'm gonna show you. I gotta show you the real me. So he goes to the sun. He takes her to the sunlight, where he takes off his shirt, and then turns into a fucking disco ball. Cause he looks like a disco ball. The way the little sparkles on his chest, he looks like a fucking disco ball. He's a fucking disco ball, and they're sitting there talking to him like he's a disco ball. What the hell we doing here? Yeah, that's the real. And then there's one point where the other thing about this movie that drives me insane. There's a lot of awkward silence, and what I mean by awkward silence, it's meant to have tension, but it doesn't have tension. What it has is just minutes of silence, pure silence that need to be just stopped. Now it's not the worst one of silence. I'll hopefully review the movie that has the most weirdest moment of silence, but it's not that. It's not this. But there's a lot of silence, like them, the build up to them kissing. So the scene where that is Edward just enters her room. I don't know how he got in. I don't think it's fully explained. He gets in. He somehow it's the second time it happened. The first one scared the shit out of me and made me react. Cause like what the fuck? Who just broke and entered? That's not noble at all. That's not a hero, right? That's fucking weird. That's fucking stalkerish. And then there's like, I think it's about 60 seconds build up to them just having a kiss. Like, come on, get a grip with you. And then to stop them having sex, Edward flings himself back and hits the wall, and it is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Chris died of laughter. It's the most ridiculous scene. It's one of the most ridiculous scenes I've seen in some time. Edward then, so that happens. Edward, they end up dating. She's the coolest human being now because she arrives in a car with Edward, so now she's, you know, fucking king shit and all that. And then we find out about these three people. I think this happened earlier on, but I forget this. I forget you again. I don't know what to introduce these three other vampires. I don't fully know who they are. I don't think it ever fully explained who they are and that, but just the three new other vampires. They're not with the Cullens. They're just evil vampires, I guess. So, at one point, Edward takes Bella to play baseball. Now, Chris said this to me, that when he thought it meant baseball, he thought it was something else. No, it's actual fucking baseball. So, they actually play baseball like normal people play baseball. And then, at some point, the three vampires show up. The evil ones show up. And he's the one guy who's like a hunter. He's like, he can hunt people. He knows Bella is a human. So, obviously, they retreat. But he's coming for her now. And he won't stop until he gets her. So, Bella has to leave her father's place and just is a complete another dick to him as she leaves for no real reason. Gets in a car with Edward, and the Cullens help her, except this one blonde chick, I forget her name, is a complete bitch towards Bella. For no real reason, unless I'm missing something. It's never explained why she hates her so much. It's just not addressed. But it's there. So yeah, Edward. So they all run off, and what happens is multiple people drive her to like a cabin or some house in a different city, while Edward and two others wear her clothing and run off. So her stench that the hunter's tracking will lead him to a different area. Edward, the hunter catches on and runs back the other way, which some of them sense. is that he's running the other way, so they have to run and catch up to him. Bella is then at that new place where she gets a phone call that is from her mom. That is a clip. It's just a clip from a tape recorder, an old tape of them. But she believes it's her actual mother. Now this makes Bella look really stupid. This entire movie does, but this part makes her look really stupid because she believes her mom is like, despite the fact that it's the same clip, the same audio being tracked over and over, and then the guy takes it and tells her a place to meet. The old ballet studio she once was at. So she ditches the vampires and goes to meet him there. Where she finds out it's not an actual thing, it's just a tape. And he goes on about how easy it was to get her there. It was very easy. He probably didn't put up much effort to figure out how to do so. So he goes in, he goes to attack her very slowly. Then, Edward shows up, and he fights the guy. But the guy ends up biting Bella. Bella, again, if I missed stuff, I apologize. Just going by my own memory. Bella then, Edward kills him, and they all kill him and burn him, and he is set on fire and dead. Edward is then forced to suck the stuff out of her. But he has to stop himself. At some point, he manages to stop himself, I guess, from actually sucking all the blood out and killing her. So Edward saves her, and then she wakes up in the hospital with, I think her mom is there, and her dad's there, and I guess she's told, I guess Edward told them, like, she hit her head, or she fell down. I don't remember what the story was that they were told. But Bella knows Edward saved her, and then Edward says, you should stay far away from me and leave and go to wherever his mom is. And then immediately goes to, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. Edward, you need to make up your fucking mind on what the hell you're doing here. This is bad relationship status here, and I know that I'm a fucking terrible person to be in a relationship with. So Edward does that, and then, they go to a dance, and they dance. Bella says she wants to be a vampire, and Edward refuses to bite her and do that. So, yeah, that's the end of the movie. Happy ever after. Yada yada. Also, apparently Edward and Jacob have one interaction with each other at the end of the movie, and I don't know what, and there's a beef, but you don't really know much about the beef, but there's clearly history there. And that's Twilight, by my memories. The movie's insane in 2008. I don't know what the fuck happened to the world where that was the side people, where there was a debate on Edward or Jacob. even from this first one, I'm like, well, Jacob's clearly the better fucking guy, but everyone just went with Edward, I guess, for some reason. Very fucking weird. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the first review of 2005, so when it comes to the top 10 thing that I will be doing in 2025, it's immediately at number 1 because it's the first one, but obviously I have I don't know. This isn't like Shock Exorcist where I know this will stay number 1, this could move. I just don't know what I plan to review all this year, so we'll see. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you thought of Twilight in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you for our next review.